Hey guys, it's Pacifist here. So we finished day 14 now. Let's have a little quick recap. So Log Horizon was day 8. I did remember looking at the characters' designs, and I think although there were quite a few that were quite appealing, I wanted to actually give myself a challenge and draw someone with glasses. So this is the reason why I picked him over other people. If you're familiar with me and my art adventures, I do have a tendency to struggle drawing glasses. And I noticed that when I draw glasses quite small, they look kind of better. And I've noticed that some people have drawn glasses in a particular way. I've also seen them in anime as well, where the top half or the top part of the frames are just not there. I don't know, sometimes I feel when I draw the top part of the frame, it doesn't look quite nice or quite right, so I thought I could remove the top part of the frame for this picture, and I think the glasses doesn't look too bad. We'll see when we get round to finishing this off and colouring it in. By and large, it looked okay, and I think overall the art itself was fine. If you watch the Bokumaro shorts, during the constructions and sketch phase for the staff was positioned quite differently. The reason why I changed it to look like this is mainly because of the hand, the positioning of the hand. If I hadn't put the hand this way, I wouldn't have rotated the staff to be like this, because I wanted him to like lean on it as well, and it didn't make sense to have the staff positioned the other way in my opinion. So yeah, I'm glad I made that change. But overall, this art piece was fine, wasn't too tricky or challenging. I like this piece. So moving on, we're on day 9 now, and that was Avatar. This day was quite interesting because I'm not unfamiliar with drawing Avatar characters. We have drawn some fan art of Avatar already, where we drew them in like a dango form, if you will. Yeah, so over here you'll see that I have done some fan art of Avatar for a friend's like card art in a community that we're both in, and we drew quite a few Avatar characters in dango form. So it's not like I'm unfamiliar with the series. I personally have never seen any, but we have drawn some characters already. I initially wanted to draw the girl Toph, but I decided against it. I don't know, I just felt like he looked more fitting, or I felt like out of all the characters that I saw, he was probably the most appropriate candidate for me to draw that would look good as a Bokumaro. I think overall this looked great. There wasn't too many issues. I think it went really well. I'm quite pleased with how it ended up. So now we're on day 10. I believe we live streamed this one. So day 10 was on stream. Well, we streamed this over on twitch.tv/twitch_Bokumaro. Day 10 was Star Ocean, and Star Ocean is my favourite Square Enix JRPG. My favourite Square Enix game was Star Ocean 3 Until the End of Time, but that's on the PS2, and the graphics and even the art itself, it's in a particular style, and I wasn't sure I was able to draw any of the characters from that game as a good Bokumaro. That left me with maybe Star Ocean 4, which I couldn't finish because I got motion sickness from, or Star Ocean 5. I know the most recent one, Star Ocean 6, the Divine Force. I don't want to do too much research in that game because I haven't played it yet. I do plan to play it this year, whether I can or not, it remains to be seen. And I don't want to research too much else because of potential spoilers for that game. I was like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do Star Ocean 6. I was thinking, why not draw someone who's in virtually every single game? And that's Welch. Welch is a character that's a recurring character in every Star Ocean game. So it's just a matter of which version I wanted to draw her. And I ended up picking Star Ocean 2 because I felt like out of all the Star Ocean ones, she was probably the one that I felt was the quote-unquote easiest to draw as a Bokumaro. Like all the other designs were cool and all, were nice and great, but I felt like Star Ocean 2 was the most appropriate version to draw as a Bokumaro. I think it helped because in Star Ocean 2 the characters do look very cartoon or anime-esque, whereas Star Ocean 3 and onwards they looked more 3D rather than anime, if that makes sense. So moving on to day 11, we chose Kara from Detroit Becomes Human. I know I'll probably get a lot of flack from community members who watched me stream playing the game Detroit Becomes Human. I'll be honest with you guys, I'll keep it 100. For those who watched the game stream will know that there was a particular character they wanted me to keep alive. I also wanted to keep them alive. Let's make that clear. My intention is that no one dies. But unfortunately, due to my incapability of playing games properly, I wasn't able to save her. And that was the young, dear, precious Alice. I tried so hard to try to keep everyone alive. That was my intention, to keep everyone alive, no one dies. Like a clean, true ending, if you will, in the game. But a lot of people were upset with me. Very rightly so. This is something that I have to take to my dying grave. It's sad, I know I disappointed you guys, but you know, it is what it is. What can you do? I wanted to make amends and draw Alice, but I was struggling. I struggled so hard drawing her. It got to the stage where I was so not happy with the product that I actually binned it and I started again. I drew Kara instead. Don't get me wrong, I think Kara looks great here. I'm happy with how she ended up looking. So I'm happy with the outcome, but I'm upset that I couldn't draw Alice. So I failed you guys twice. I let you guys down twice. To show you proof that I drew her. This was the plan. This day 11 was actually meant to be for Alice. So up to here, I don't know. You guys might think it's fine. I don't know if I still have the art. I think I've got rid of it. So if I do draw Alice, I'll have to redraw her again. There was something about her hair I did not like. So then I remembered that she also has like a jacket on top of her, and she had like some sort of like hoodie or hood on to cover her face and stuff like that, right? So I started trying to do that, and I don't know, just something just wasn't looking right. I tried so hard. Maybe because the Bokumaro's heads are quite big, so when drawing a hood on top of it, it's hit or miss. And because of that, I basically rage quit, and then I binned it, and then I drew Kara instead. I'm 2 for 2 for disappointment when it comes to Alice. Feels bad, man. On that note, I guess it's best we move on to day 12. Day 12 was Frozen. I don't know many Walt Disney Frozen characters. I feel like most people were expecting me to draw Elsa, so it was very predictable, I guess. I have drawn Elsa before, like a really quickie sketchy sketch as a Bokumaro for my Inktober back in 2019, I believe it was. So I'm no stranger when it comes to drawing Elsa. This is not my first time. It's not my first rodeo. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say with Elsa. Elsa is a very simplistic character. I had no troubles or challenges or obstacles when drawing her. Yeah, it was just a matter of just getting her hair right, because I think her hair is probably one of her best assets. I'm happy with what I've done. But yeah, that's pretty much day 12 Frozen. So we're moving on to day 13, which was Skate the Infinity. So when it came to this character, I've only watched season 1, I believe, on Netflix, and I don't know how many seasons there are now. There was only one season at a time when I watched this. So I end up drawing the main character, Reki Kian, I think it was his name was. Yeah, I think this was kind of cool. I had to make sure that he didn't look too similar with the character I drew for the anthropomorphism project. The first one, where we drew a Baja Blast, and we drew him also in a skateboard theme. Granted, I probably should have done a surfer theme for that, but I digress. So I didn't want to make him look too similar to the Bokumaro I drew for in that project, for that video. So I had to come up with a different pose. Initially, I wanted him to hold on to the skateboard, or sorry, lean on a skateboard, a bit similar to Log Horizon. But you probably saw that in the time lapse if you watched the Bokumaro shorts. But we changed it to make him hold it on his shoulder now. I feel like he kind of looks more cool this way. But overall, I think he looked fine. I think the only issue I had was mainly his hair, funny enough. It's this part here, his left side of his head. It's with the bandana. Wasn't too sure how to draw the hair for that part, whether I done it right or not. But yeah, we'll see. I could have moved his hair, this part of the hair, a bit to the right to cover the edge of the bandana or headband, but I don't know. Overall, I think this piece was fun. I think this piece was okay. I had fun drawing this. I think this is a piece that where I'm happy to finish it off eventually in due course. That was day 13 for Skate the Infinity. So lastly is day 14. I'm a gamer. It made sense for me to pick the gamer girl. In Danganronpa 2, she's my favorite character by far. But my favorite character was the swimmer in the first game. I was thinking of drawing her, but I thought as a Bokumaro, I think Chiaki probably looks better as a Bokumaro, so we went with her in the end. When drawing this, to be fair, I think the hands was the most trickiest part of the thing. And I kind of struggled in the sense that I still think I drew the handheld console. It's meant to be a PSP. You can't see it because of the quality issue. I can't write PSP here because of copyright reasons. I feel like the PSP is a bit too short. It's not long enough. So what I could do is I guess I could always try and see if I can move the arms a bit further away so we can draw the PSP slightly longer. Either that or we can change the handheld device into a DS, for example. We could do a DS Lite or something like that instead. Yeah, sure. We know she's a gamer. That's why she had a Space Invader or whatever, a pixelated Space Invader hair clip or whatever, hair accessory. But yeah, I think I had fun. This wasn't too bad. I noticed right at the end, when I was flipping the canvas, I noticed that her hair looked so wonky. So I had to go and fix that at the end. But overall, I'm happy with this piece. Like I said, they've had to make changes, maybe try to make the PSP longer or change the device into like a DS or whatever. We'll see what I do in the end. This is a good way to end week 2, and I'm happy that I got to choose Chiaki. But yeah, that concludes for week 2. This is all what we've drawn so far. In terms of favourite ones, ranking, let's do top 3 again. Going through all of them again. Day 8, that was good. Day 9 was good. Day 10 was good. Wait, day 11 was good. Elsa, okay, I think we can remove Elsa from that. Oh my gosh, okay. We have to go through again. Which one is my top 3? I really like this one. Because of the fact that I'd mentioned about the flaws with the PSP, I'm going to have to say bye to Chiaki. Maybe Avatar one as well, we say goodbye to. I really like this one. And I really like Kara's one as well. It's a toss, a coin flip between Skate the Infinity and Star Ocean. Which one do I prefer more? I did think out of the two, drawing Welch was harder than drawing Reki. But which one looks best? I remember now, with Welch, I wasn't too happy with the legs. Even looking at it now, I feel like one leg is a bit thicker than the other. I'll have to fix that when I actually finish it off. So I'm going to have to say no. So yeah, it'll be these 3. Okay, when it comes to ranking, which one do I like most? Okay, Skate Infinity will definitely be 3rd place. No question about it. That will definitely be 3rd place. This is not using attachment for the game. There's no favoritism. It's just the art itself. Okay, so after thinking long and hard, I think this is the ranking. My top 3 from left to right. So 1st place is Log Horizon. 2nd place is Detroit Becomes Human. 3rd place is Skate the Infinity for week 2. The reason why I went with Log Horizon first is though, I think in terms of quality, they're both pretty much neck and neck. However, because of if factoring things like poses and difficulty, I do think it was more difficult and more challenging to draw Log Horizon Day 8. And because of that, I'll give it the top spot. Which one was your favourite out of the 7? You may disagree with my top 3. You might have preferred someone else instead. Whether it was Star Ocean, whether it was Avatar. Yeah, keen to know your thoughts. Yeah, so that marks day 14 done. We'll start week 3 tomorrow. Thank you so much if you've watched up to here. And to prove to me that you've watched up to here, we'll have a secret question where the first person who answers it correctly gets a special prize. Okay, so one of the prompts in week 2, I've actually drawn before, historically, like a long time ago, over 5 years ago. Which day prompt was it? Just let me know which day it was or which prompt it was that I've drawn already, and it's not the first time I drew a Bokumaro of them. And the first person who responds and answers that question gets a prize. You probably know what the prize is already. It's not really a surprise, but maybe it will be a surprise. Crapper. If you stumbled across this video for the first time, click on the thumbnail in the top left if you want to see week 1, and click on the bottom left if you want to see the playlist of all the shorts of the BokuMARCho. And as always, guys, where you guys are, take care, be well, and be safe. Bye. Which prompt? Which day/prompt was the first? Fuck, English is so hard.